Hey, so today looking at a cool minor blues. We're going to use the song Thrill Is Gone by B.B. King, blues classic, to get the idea. But when you do it, try not to just think of it as that song. It's just a minor blues that you can pretty much move that formula to any key that you want to. So first what we'll do is we'll look at the chords that you need, and then we'll talk about, how they fit into the key and how long to play each chord and things like that. So the song is in B minor, and it starts on the B minor 7 chord. Kind of looks like a regular B minor bar chord without the pinky if you want to make it B minor 7. Now at any point for all these chords, you can simplify them. If it's a B minor 7, you can play a B minor. If we come across a G major 7, you can play a G major, and you can always work your way up to playing the most complicated versions of the chords. So you need a B minor 7 or B minor if you want to simplify. We'll need an E minor 7 or an E minor, would still work fine. We'll need a G major 7 or a G. So in worst case scenario, you could always play any version of a G chord. However, I'm going to use this version of G major 7. I think this is what they're actually using in the song. And then lastly, the other chord we need is F sharp 7 or F sharp dominant 7. So you could play an F sharp major chord any way you like. I'm using this shape for F sharp 7, which if you ever played a C7, an open C7, that's a 7 chord that you can move to any fret that you want as long as you don't play the open E strings. So we're moving that all the way up so that our third finger is now in that F sharp root. And no E strings. So those are our chords. B minor 7, E minor 7, it goes back to B minor 7, G major 7, F sharp 7, and back to B minor 7. So you can use any versions of these chords that you want to use. I chose these because they sound accurate. They sound like what's in the song. And if you notice, there's no big jumping and skipping and moving around. It's all pretty much right here. So before we talk about how long to play each chord, one other thing I want to mention is how these all fit together, why they're in the key of B minor. So you could think of this as when we play a B minor, like a typical blues 1-4-5, this would be the 1, 4 chord, F sharp would be the 5 chord, which is fine. It's cool to think about it that way. But sometimes it helps to go and say, what is the actual major key that this comes from? And in B minor, the minor is always the 6th note or the 6th chord of the scale. So B is the 6th note of a D scale. So that's where this really all comes from, is from D major or a D major scale. So B minor would be the 6th chord of D. E minor would be the 2 chord of D. Back to B minor. And then we come to that G major 7 chord, which in the key of D would be the 4 chord. And then for this F sharp 7 chord, this is the only one that breaks the rules a little bit, but it's a very common way to break the rules. In the key of D, F sharp is supposed to technically be an F sharp minor chord, but it's very common, very cool sound to take that 3 minor chord and make it a dominant 7 chord instead, or in this case, F sharp 7. So the pattern that we need to follow to play through this minor blues, The Thrill Is Gone, is we have 4 bars of B minor 7, 2nd bar, 3rd bar, 4th bar, 2 bars of E minor, 2 bars of B minor, G major 7, 1 bar of F sharp 7, and then back to B minor for 2 bars. And then you start over. That's our B minor blues. If you learn that pattern, you can then say to yourself, I'm going to take this blues and I'm going to make it something other than B minor. So you can always take it down to, let's say, A minor and run all the same stuff. Third bar, fourth bar. The 4 chord, or technically, because we're now really in the key of C, the 2 chord. Yeah. So just before we finish this video up, I'm going to move back to B minor for a second. And just show you too that this could also be done with the more standard basic versions of these chords. You don't necessarily have to play a G major 7, right? We said we could play any version of a G, right? And for F sharp 7, we can just play F sharp. And all the minor 7 chords could just be regular minor chords. So here's the whole B minor Thrills Gone Blues done with standard smaller chords. B minor. E minor, could be here, could be here, back to B minor, maybe here, and then we have G, F sharp, B minor. So that's pretty much it. If you want to do a little bit more of an advanced version and have some fun with it, try to use the big chords and maybe squeak in some B minor pentatonic riffs in between your chords. Give it a shot.